Okay, hai semua. Hari ni just nak berborak pasal like rumah terbuka perayaan untuk pelbagai kaum dan bangsa.
Okay.
Alright. So, untuk like buka topik, just nak tanya, korang ada pernah experience like pernah pergi join rumah terbuka for like any kaum?
Yeah, of course.
So, sorry, what do you mean by open house?
But basically, an open house is a celebration where every like
No,
your own
they
race or your own religion have a certain celebration that shows it's
that
your
invites
religion.
people.
That's your,
Invites
like
people.
invites people to come over and celebrate together.
It's like a
So
tradition.
for you, have you ever joined any kind of celebration or joined any other religion celebration so far?
Or your own culture.
Mm-mm.
I guess within my culture back in Spain, the predominant religion is Christianity, but it's not
Mhm.
that big of a thing anymore. So like for example, my family, they're not religious. In general, most of them are atheists. So we
Oh,
have
really?
like, but we always like celebrate like typical like Christmas and things like that. So we get together as a family and we celebrate those occasions. And actually in Spain, what we have also is the three wise men, which is like part of Christianity. Like the three wise men, the story is like that these men went once Jesus was born on the 25th of December, and then on the 6th of January the three wise men went to visit Jesus. And so that is actually more of a like big thing in Spain than Christmas. But I'm half Spanish, half English, so I celebrate the three wise men through my Spanish family, but then I also celebrate Christmas through my English family. So those are like but it's not, to be honest, it's not so much related to religion. It's just like a way of getting together as a family and celebrating. But here within Malaysia, I still haven't been to an open house.
Okay.
I see. May I ask you, like, is it? I heard like the festival de la Tomatina is quite famous in Spain. Like, is it true? You
What
always
celebration, sorry?
the La Tomatina, something like you celebrate, like you throw tomatoes and that's Spain. I don't know. That's what they always say.
It might be in the south, but where I'm from Madrid. I've actually not heard of that.
How about the
But in the south,
Valencia
it would be
Fellas?
like in Andalusia and places like those where
Uh-huh.
there's more like there's more Islam influence and might be. But to be honest, I've never heard about it.
I never heard about it. I see.
No.
For our in Malaysia we have a celebration called Hari Raya. So before the day of Hari Raya, we have a preparation like all the relatives, our aunts and uncles, and even our grandpas, grandmothers will what do you call it? Gather at one house, usually gather at one house, and then we will prepare all the foods, all the we call it kuih raya, you know kuih raya? Kuih
It's
It's
raya,
like a
what is it?
cookie, basically.
it's like a cookie. It's like desserts. Mostly, most kuihs are basically just desserts, like Malaysian desserts.
okay.
There are so many kuih raya in Malaysia that you can taste. So maybe within your internship you can try taste the kuih rayas with maybe anyone that you want to.
Yeah,
And then
if you have a sweet tooth, you're going to love like Hari Raya. Like
yes.
seriously, there's a lot of like sweets.
Okay.
This
Yeah,
then
I can tell that Malays like their sweets.
and then we're going to make there's a special recipe, special what dish? Special dish that we're gonna do for Hari Raya is that we're gonna make rendang. So rendang is a dish where apa panggil daging meat that we cook for like how many hours
Long
biasa
time.
kita masak?
3 hours, 3 hours.
3 hours.
About an
3
hour.
hours
It
minimum.
depends on what kind of meatball.
It depends to that person because the longer the meat is cooked, the tastier the rendang is. You have to taste there are many kinds of rendang like rendang atuk, rendang apa ni?
Kawah.
Rendang
Rendang
kawah. So yeah, those are the kinds of things that we usually do to prepare for Hari Raya. Okay, ada boleh cerita sikit pasal Hari Raya? Cerita sikit.
Okay, Hari Raya ni sama juga macam Aisyah. Dah Aisyah pula. Dania. Okay. Cuma bila beraya kat rumah orang ni selalunya mostly lah time hari raya ramai orang buat open house. So ramailah datang kat open house tu. So then hari raya ni special dia bila kita dapat duit raya. Uh, Sometimes boleh cakap English ke?
Boleh.
Boleh.
Siapa?
Okay. Sometimes kita kita tak nak makan pun. Kita tak tunggu duit raya je sebenarnya. Sebab kadang kita tengok je tangan dia. Dia bukan duit raya ke tak? Dia bukan duit raya ke tak?
Macam pernah buat je.
Kadang-kadang kadang-kadang kita tengok tangan dia dulu. Warna sampo dia warna apa? Sampo dia warna apa? Tak tebal tak? Macam tu. So basically selalu time hari raya lah kita dapat momen yang macam tu.
So okay, like can I hear like a bit from about the Chinese or Indian culture? So
Yeah,
we can
I
explain
can
to
talk
Emma
about
about
the
like
Indian
Malaysian
culture.
culture in general. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
I
go
can
ahead.
talk about the Indian culture. Okay, so basically waktu Deepavali, dia orang akan buat decoration macam macam dia orang hias rumah tu cantik-cantik dengan colored powder macam serbuk berwarna and macam lampu minyak tu macam dengan berwarna-warna. Dia orang akan hias memang berwarna-warni lah sebab memang nak menunjukkan lampu yang berseri kat rumah. Macam tu.
Nak aku share story tu.
Apa makanan traditional during Deepavali festival? Like, what's the
Yeah,
traditional
what
food
do they
during?
serve
Yeah, what do they serve during
while
Deepavali
the
festival?
celebration? Yeah.
Was it
I-
like dosai like that? Is it like the general one
To be
that we
honest,
usually eat? Is it?
I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not sure because Indian culture have so many food like with
Good food.
different
They
kind
have too
of
many dishes, yeah.
with
Yes, sir.
different kind of celebration. So it makes me confused sometimes.
But do
What
they serve
dishes is
like the
for this
normal
one?
food?
Yeah,
But do they
usually the
serve like the normal
sweet
food like
lah.
mama in mama?
Biryani.
No,
Is it
of
like
course
roti
no.
canai
Maybe they could
or
have
dosai?
biryani.
Maybe one
I
of
think
them.
that no
Maybe they could have
biryani.
biryani.
Biryani is not Indian.
But they could serve biryani, right?
Yeah, they also serve, but for their celebration, I think they just do sweets.
Anyway, Emma, do you want to see the mandala? I could share screen here.
Yeah, sure.
Wait.
Oh yeah, and Emma, if you have like any questions you want to ask
Mhm.
about like any of the open house, any of the cultures, you can just ask.
Can you see
Okay.
this?
Okay, yeah.
This
Nice.
one is the Deepavali usually.
Nice. That's very beautiful.
Then they have islands where. Okay, you guys can continue while I'm scrolling here.
So,
Go on.
okay, so basically for the Indian culture, my favorite is Deepavali lah. So Emma, do you have any question about Deepavali or any kind of Indian culture?
Like, do you have like anything you want to know more? Maybe about the food, or maybe
Or
about
generally
the
about
attire or
Malaysia?
something?
No, I mean, I find it very interesting. Like, I guess to a certain level in like European countries, like there aren't this many celebrations. And like, I like the fact that you embrace your family way more. So you say that what's it called again? Sorry. This celebration?
Oh, the one I just talked about.
Yeah,
Yeah, Deepavali.
Pavali. So like, when is that usually celebrated?
Usually,
I
Bila?
think Deepavali normally is in November.
Okay. And is that like the biggest celebration, or which is the biggest celebration?
It's one of the
We have
in-
many big,
Yeah,
many
we have
big
many
one
big
of the
celebration
biggest.
actually in Malaysia.
Mhm.
We have from Malay there's Hari Raya and then Deepavali for Indians and then Chinese New Year for the Chinese. So
Mhm.
there are many actually big celebration that we actually held in Malaysia.
Okay, cool. And here within KL, which would you say is like the biggest that's celebrated?
Maybe in Malaysia it's
Oh.
Hari Raya because most of our population is Muslim. Maybe that is why I assume.
Mm-hmm.
But still,
Okay.
Chinese New Year and Deepavali are celebrated widely.
Okay.
yeah, widely across Malaysia. Because Malaysia is like a multicultural Allah, apa negara
Country.
tiba-tiba lupa pula. Country, yeah.
Country.
Because Malaysia is a multicultural country. Sorry, my bad. So like there's a lot of like celebrations that we do for every culture. But the biggest one in Malaysia is Hari Raya, Deepavali, and
Chinese New Year.
Chinese New Year. These three are
Okay.
like the three mains that are like widely celebrated in Malaysia.
And how would you say like for me as a non-Malaysian,
Mhm.
how is the best way that I can celebrate these, like kind of integrate while still being as respectful as possible towards these celebrations, kind of?
Hmm.
If
Okay,
Like how can I
basically,
join as a non-Malaysian
yeah.
um
For
while
every
still
for every celebration in Malaysia, you basically don't need to be Indian to go to an Indian festival.
Mhm.
Basically, we are open to everyone to come and celebrate together as one country,
That is why
and
open house
so that is what open
are
house are.
common in Malaysia. Yeah.
Mhm.
Basically, for your question is to be to still be respectful. You have certain dresses you can wear on every occasion, or you can wear their like macam mana nak cakap baju Melayu, baju diorang tu.
Our traditional clothes. Basically,
Traditional
depends on
clothes,
the
yeah.
yeah. Talk about the traditional clothes when attending the open houses. It depends on the races as well.
so like for
I don't know.
women, Malay people usually wear baju kurung. It's called baju kurung. Wait, let me search for you guys. Sambung.
If where
I
if you're
actually
visiting
I
my open
wore
house for
one
Deepavali,
day at
Y-
work.
You were.
You
Yeah.
did?
Yeah.
Really?
So
You
you
did?
already.
How do you feel though
Yeah,
wearing it?
that,
Is it uncomfortable or not?
No, it wasn't uncomfortable. Like it's very nice, like material. I mean, I did feel kind of weird, like, and especially as I say, because I want to be as as respectful as possible. Um, I mean, I did feel a bit strange, but like it is like just very beautiful clothing, you know. So like I I don't know, I was able to appreciate it. But of course, like it's not something that I'd wear on
Yeah,
a
understand.
day-to-day basis.
Yeah, of course.
Got you.
We can
I
understand
we
that.
Malaysian as well, you wear it every day.
No, exactly.
yeah.
But I mean, like I'm just like trying to like on Merdeka as well. Like we a friend of mine lent me like a traditional Indian dress. And
Oh, that's
again, like
nice.
it's not something that I'd wear like if I kind of like if it was up to me.
Yeah.
But it was amazing to kind of get that opportunity to try something new and to embrace the culture, you know. And like I'm very open. Like I love Asian cuisine in general. So like I'm very open to try anything and everything kinda and yeah, just trying to making as many local friends as possible to just try and get to know it as best as possible kinda.
So yeah,
Mhm.
talking about clothing, is in Spain, what kind of clothes do you guys wear for like your celebration?
We don't have like an attire, honestly. Like it's very just like Western clothing that you'd see on
Nice.
social media, I guess. Like and it's becoming like more and more common to like even like with when you get together with your grandparents, like I don't know, I'd wear like what I'm wearing now, you know, like
Understood.
nothing fancy or formal at
Mm.
all, you know, like we don't have any traditional clothes or anything like that. Like that's something that is way more conserved in cultures like yours than back at home.
Mhm.
Like traditional like food and stuff like in Spain, like there's a lot of like typical plates that we make. But yeah, it's more about the food than the appearance, I guess.
What are usually the food that they serve?
Um, I don't like I don't know if you've heard like well there's like tortilla de patata, which is like a Spanish omelet, which is like a potato and egg omelet. We
Oh,
do
that sounds
like a lot
nice.
of it's very nice, honestly. I miss it.
We should try
Um,
it. We should try it one day.
you
I know,
should,
right?
yeah. I could make it for you. That'd be funny. That'd be fun. And then like paella, which you probably heard about, like paella, that's very typical as well. And like just like well, we eat pork as well, so there's quite a lot of pork. Yeah, I don't know, things like that.
Okay.
Maybe you
So
could
now,
share to Emma about the Chinese culture in
yeah.
Malaysia,
So I
maybe
was
open
about to say
house. Like,
we've already talked about Malay's culture, which is Malay celebration, which is Hari Raya. We've already talked about
India.
Indian celebration, which is the Deepavali. So let's talk a bit about the Chinese celebration, which is Chinese New Year.
Sure, we start.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a bit chaotic here.
Okay, so I sure. Okay, I will talk about the Chinese culture right here. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do in Chinese New Year is you have to greet someone that you have to before you're taking a Chinese New Year apart, you have to greet someone first. So it represents the meaning that when you greet, you have to say "Gong Hei Fa Cui." Okay, I don't know if you heard this word before. It's like it means that you're wishing someone I wish you well in Chinese, or maybe 身体健康. In Chinese means that I wish you health. Means the healthy are not the wealth. Okay, so to those around you is part of the traditional mannerism to greet everyone you encounter during the Chinese New Year, and they will most likely return the favor to you too. So this is one of it lah. And
Macam mana tadi nak cakap? I wish apa? Tu saya cakap.
wish you health. What?
Saya cakap.
I wish you health.
Yalah, macam nak cakap in Chinese.
in Chinese, in
Mesti
Chinese.
baca.
How to
Dalam
speak in
Chinese
Chinese?
speaking
Okay, yeah.
Chinese
What's the word in
身体健康.
Chinese?
身体
Udah.
健康. 身体健康.
身体
健康.
and
Kan?
fat.
Kang.
Okay, I think we should just stick to Gong Si Fa Cai. It's easier. No offense.
You're right.
No offense, but yeah.
Yeah,
So
that-
for like
that means I need to
every
help everyone.
yeah, for every celebration we have like our own saying that we say to greet people. So for Malay it's like Selamat Hari Raya, which I mean basically just had like happy Eid. And for Indian I'm not sure actually. Do any of you guys know about that?
What?
If Deepavali, what do you say? Like for if you like if you meet someone and you want to greet like Malay, you say like oh Selamat Hari Raya, right? And
Happy
for Chinese
Deepavali
New
je
Year
kan?
you go
Awak
huh?
Deepawali.
There's something that they say.
Basically,
when
Happy
they-
Diwali. Yeah, Happy Diwali.
Just Happy Deepavali, yeah.
Happy Diwali.
But
Yeah,
also,
that's
So what's what?
yeah.
Happy
What is that, Aisha?
Diwali. Macam tu juga sini.
So I found out that there's another one that you can say like Shub Deepavali like that. The spelling is like SHUVH and then Deepavali.
Shuva?
Oh.
Shuva?
Shuf.
SHUVH.
Shuva. That means like Happy Deepavali, but in Tamil, or is it like that?
It's like yeah, wishing you something good from your heart to your heart like that.
That's
So
wonderful.
short. But it's translated to English and so long
Yeah.
Okay, so
And then I want to add on to Samson's like the Chinese culture for the Chinese New Year celebration for open house. So basically other than greeting everyone and saying Gong Xi Fa Cai, they also have this custom or tradition that they have to wear red because it symbolizes good luck and success. So during that open house you can come with red, but you cannot like wear black or white because it reminds people of death. Because it's like something you wear to a funeral. Yeah. And then you can also bring like gifts when you enter like the open house. You can bring like mandarin oranges as like a gift for the owner and the people inside. So yeah, I think that's it.
okay, moving on. So now Emma, now that you've already heard about the three main celebration for like Malaysia, what do you think about it and how do you think it's different from your own celebration?
I mean, I think it's super interesting for sure. And I admire that there's such tradition kept, because I think like, in European countries, it's getting more and more lost, like these traditional celebrations. Compared, I think it's like way more kind of upheld and more respected. And yeah, like for example, Chinese, like I have read quite a lot of the culture because I find it very interesting, and also part of my studies is learning about cultures, and like that was my favorite like module when we did like intercultural skills, which was basically just learning about how to relate to other cultures that are very different to my own. But yeah, like for sure, I'd love to join and like just see. Yeah.
Okay, so I think before we end this, one question for everyone. What do you think that your celebration, how does your celebration impact the community, like your community?
Mengeratkan
Hmm.
hubungan silaturahim sesama kita. Tu yang pasti. Uh,
That's the main main
itu yang
one.
utama sekali lah.
Utama sekali.
Yeah.
Saling
So,
memaafkan.
saling maafkan.
And
Okay, we
kita
forgive each
boleh
other. Okay.
macam
Dia
Okay,
boleh
the
juga
best part,
mengetahui like know
the all-time
other
best part
culture.
is the food.
it's the food, yes.
The
Makanan.
all-time
Yes, of course.
best
The
part is
food
the
is the
You know,
greatest
the thing,
Raya.
okay.
in celebrations.
It's always about
You
the
know,
food.
No, but
you know,
it is true
in
that like
Malaysia,
food brings
yeah,
people together. Like there's no
Yes.
doubt about that.
Yeah.
100% true. And happiness for sure. Joy from
Oh
food.
yeah, for sure.
right.
Yalah.
So to close this, I just want to say, it has been fun talking to you. We like at the very least, we've learned each other's culture, even if it's just by a little bit, and it's a good experience.
Yeah.
It's nice to know like how different like each culture celebrates their celebrations and such.
And we hope we could
So
still communicate with each other so that maybe we
yeah,
can could hang out on stuff.
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure. I love that. And like as I say, if I'd have known better, I would have brought more questions because I'm like a very curious person and I love to learn as much as possible. So maybe like in the upcoming days, if I come up with more questions, I can text you and you can
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
let me
for sure, for
know.
sure.
That's for sure.
Sure.
But yeah, thank you so much. And like I do really appreciate this, just learning as much as possible. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and thank you for joining
Thank you.
us.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
actually, thank you for
Thank you.
joining
Thank
us.
Thank you.
Of course, my pleasure. Sorry
Yeah,
again about
No
being so
worries.
late.
It's
oh no,
okay.
no
No
worries.
worries.
We know
No
how the
worries.
traffic in KL are.